We're back, baby. Liverpool versus Man United is on this Sunday, and I wanted to give a bit of a preview on the form, the fixture, my score prediction, and who would be in my starting 11. If you're asking, Big Arna, which I know you are not. If you're used to preview shows, you're probably more used to a bit of tactical talk and formations, and if this happens, then we'll do this. There's not going to be any of that here. It's pure vibes, but you know the drill at this stage. One thing that I think is quite ironic is that, as you know, I detest international breaks. Do I detest even more the fact that we seem to have a break every 3 weeks? Yes. But in this circumstance, I actually welcome it, because going into the international break, our form was not good. We'd lost 3 in a row, and even some of the wins were a bit like, But with this one, all of our players have gone off and they've played a bloody blinder. You have Salah qualifying for the World Cup with Egypt. You have Szoboszlai scoring last-minute equalisers. You've got Kelleher making a save against Ronaldo. I know he doesn't play for us anymore, but I'm counting it anyway. You've got Kirkes putting in worldy crosses. You've got Big Gak scoring goals for fun. You've got us actually coming back with players in form. It's like when you're, let's say, for example, hypothetical situation, you're at home for months and you're going a bit stir crazy, and then you just see a couple of old mates and you're like, you know what, yes, this is good. It's like that on a totally hypothetical situation. We've come back in form, and I think of all the fixtures for us to land on, Liverpool versus Man United at Anfield. So while I don't have any tactical insight at all, but one thing I will say is that if we can just get a good start against United, I feel like they'll crumble. Could be partly, I don't think they've got the bottle. If we start well and you've got that Anfield atmosphere just eating them up, I don't think they have a solid captain in Bruno Fernandes. I think he's obviously a good player, but I think, if you don't mind me saying, and he won't mind me saying this himself, the worst captain in Man United's history. I don't think he is a leader. I don't think they've got leaders really in the team. And I think that if we are able to get a foothold on these pricks, that they will, I think they'll crumble. I don't think they've got the bottle to overcome what we have the potential to give them at Anfield. So I just think if we can start well, Salah always plays an absolute blinder against Man United. And if you're asking, he is my captain on this week's fantasy team. If you want to join it, the link is below. I think I was very tempted to take the captaincy off him, but I kind of think, you know what? He's coming back. He's feeling good. He's been on some yacht or something like that. He's refreshed. I think we've had time to think about getting the balance right. I think we've had time to just step back a little bit and just be like, okay, actually, we're the fucking shit, aren't we? Yeah. Or I think Salah will actually have a very good game. I actually think Florian Wirtz is going, look, I know you can't predict who's going to score when. Gambling companies make a mint out of mugging people off on those bets. But I just have a feeling that Florian Wirtz is going to score a goal in this match. Not that that's how he should ultimately be judged. I think he's actually playing a lot better than a lot of people are giving him credit for. But I think he's going to bag himself a goal. I think Salah's going to bag himself a goal. And if you're asking, my score prediction is 3-1 Liverpool, and I'm going to go Salah, Wirtz and Van Dijk as the scorers. My starting 11 would be Marmadashvili in goal, Alisson still being injured. I would go Robertson left back, Van Dijk, Konate, and I'd probably go Bradley with a view of bringing on Frimpong later on. I think I would have McAllister's always bollocks when he comes back from South American international breaks, so I would have Gravenberch and Szoboszlai holding. I'd have Wirtz, just do what you want. I'd have Big Gak on the left, Salah on the right, and then Ekitike on the in the middle. I think that's more than enough to beat this United team. And you know what? If nothing else, I'm just looking forward. I'm looking forward to sitting down and watching Liverpool play. I've missed it so much. I'm looking forward to being locked in and for my energy to being questioned around the young kids that are surrounding us. And we have, a lot of important fixtures coming up. And I think if we could just get a good start against United, then in the words of Steven Gerrard, all the best. If we could just mug them off just one more time on our way to finding back form again. I'd love to do it at their expense. The last thing I want is for them to find form at our expense, which has happened before. I think the Anfield factor, it's Sunday, it's 4:30. I don't think they're up for it. So I would love for this to be the starting ground for us to kick on and mug off teams left, right and centre. And look, there's been very little substance here, but I just wanted to get on and talk about how much I am looking forward to just watching the Reds again. So let me know what you think below. What's your score prediction? Who would you play? Who would you start? Would you go Verts? Would you go Rio at the left? Would you go, where's Chiesa fitting in all this, you know? So let me know what you think, and I will be back probably the evening of the match to give my take on what's happened. But man, it's so good to be back. I will see you in a few days. Up the fucking Reds.